Hey everyone, it's Tobes, and welcome to your second monitor. Today for Midweek Magic, we have the Brawl Builder Challenge. As usual, Brawl Builder Challenge is an event that asks you to build a Brawl deck, 100 card, typical Brawl deck, but using a commander from the latest set, which right now is Through the Omen Paths. When Through the Omen Paths first dropped, our Midweek Magic event was just regular Brawl, so I thought that was all we were going to get for Brawl with Through the Omen Paths, so I made an Eddie Brock deck. But because we have a Brawl Builder Challenge event instead, I built Nia, which is Gwen Stacy. So we're going to take a look at that deck, and then we will get into some games. So, our deck is built around Gwen Stacy, of course. Now, in this list, this Moxfield list, which is going to be linked in the video's description, I am using the Spider-Man cards rather than the Through the Omen Paths cards, but if you want to just use this Moxfield list and export it, you can just copy this all for Arena, and when you go to import it, it will translate them into the Through the Omen Paths cards. You don't have to do that manually. So we are built around our commander, Gwen Stacy, or Nia. Nia is what it's called in Through the Omen Paths. The front side of this card is 1 and a red for a 2/1 Human Performer hero that says when it enters, we exile the top card of our library, and as long as we control this creature, we can play that card. That includes once the creature has transformed, because it doesn't leave the battlefield to do so. We can either transform it for 2 and Jeskai, or we can play it from our hand or the command zone for 2 and Jeskai as its backside, which in paper is Ghost Spider. On this side, it's a 4/4 Flying Vigilance Haste for 5, pretty good, that says we get a +1/+1 counter on it every time we play a land from exile or cast a spell from exile. So of course the front side synergizes with it. If we play it on the front side, we get to exile something, and as long as we don't play that until we flipped it, we can then play it once we flip to the back side and it will trigger itself. We also have the ability to remove 2 counters from it in order to exile the top card of our library and play it this turn. So this is called Impulse Draw, exiling cards and being able to play them for a specified amount of time. It's pretty fun. It is a little fragile, of course, because for 2 mana, we get a 2/1, so it dies to just everything until we've transformed it. So I have found that it's much more powerful to wait to be able to cast it until we can cast just the backside, but then we don't get the benefit of the impulse draw that the front side gives us, and also that's a 5 mana commander. Brawl is a lot faster than paper commander, so being able to just sort of wait to get out your 5 mana commander sometimes just doesn't work for you. Oftentimes, if we're playing the front side, we're having to use this impulse draw to find ourselves a land or something we can play in the meantime, and not getting the benefit of playing or casting that land or spell respectively, with this trigger on the backside. But what's nice is, like all 5 of the modal double-faced commanders from the Spider-Man set or Through the Omen Paths, you can play the front side and transform it when it's in the command zone, which means if it dies, whether it died as the front or the back, we can replay it as the front and have the commander attacks applied to that casting cost, and then transform it for the same 5 mana every time. So even if it's the 4th time we're casting this, and we have to pay 8 mana on top, so the original 2, and then 3 instances of 2 for the commander attacks, we still only have to pay this 5 mana to transform it. We're much more likely to be able to do that later in the game. So because our commander cares about casting things from exile or playing things from exile, we have an awful lot of cards that exile. Give us this kind of impulse draw somehow. And we have 10 cards that give us an additional advantage when we play or cast cards from exile or from other places. Like Ravenform is something that we can cast from exile in the form of Foretell. Unstable Amulet cares about pinging our opponent when we cast spells from anywhere other than our hand. We've even got Spider-Man 2099, which cares about things coming from other than our hand. Lots of exile, a couple little instances of draw. We don't need that much because all of these exile spells are giving us some kind of card advantage thanks to impulse draw. Oh, Vega's another excellent payoff. Whenever we cast a spell from anywhere other than our hand, we draw a card. Excellent. Have a few ways to burn our opponent. We've got plenty of removal, just in case, and plenty of ramp, including an awful lot of 2-mana rocks, because we really need to get our commander out and on the backside as soon as we can. A few ways to make tokens. Single Wrath, we're using ECD for removal primarily, but we can also use it to recur our commander, and when we do, we get a little counter on it. It's pretty nice. And we've got a few other counters. Counters is a theme you could go for with this commander if you wanted to, since it cares about putting counters on itself and removing them. I only went a little bit into that with like Showdown of the Scalds and Spectacular Tactics and Dreamtide Whale, which lets us proliferate whenever we cast a second spell. We have a couple of things that care about second spell, like Stella Lee. And then just fun cards like Chaos Wand and Pia. Bonehorde Dracosaur is great. It gives us double exile at the start of our upkeep. We have Zoyowa's Justice, which can exile one of our own things so we can discover, which is us casting something from exile, or we can use it as removal. Furious Rise, if we have the backside of our commander up, we've got power 4 or greater, so we get a free impulse draw that lasts for a whole turn every turn. Lelia, lots of good things in here, and plenty of some of our stronger lands like Surveil and Shock lands to get us where we need to go. So again, a little bit of a fragile deck, but it comes out to be that it's either giving us like a lot of great value right away, or it falls. It's like a triangle balanced on its point. We're either going to fall back or we're going to fall forward. And sometimes that kind of chaos is pretty great, which kind of suits the Ghost Spider mentality and the impulse draw, like cast from anywhere playstyles. So again, this Moxfield list is linked in the video's description. Check it out yourself if you would like to play this deck or get some ideas for your own version of it. For now, we're going to get into playing it ourselves. I will try my best when we see... Oh, here we go. We're going right into game 1 against Tinterin. With Verilax the Haven Skin. This is Anti-Venom. Pretty cool. I think we can keep this. We're missing white, but we can play our commander with red, and that's all right. I'll do my best to try and translate the arena cards, through the Omen Paths cards, into the Spider-Man cards, in case it's of interest to anyone. It's a Heir Apparent deck. That's going to be all right. Okay, we've got our white. Let's go ahead and play our commander, just to have it out. Get a little impulse draw. It's Pia. We can... Oh, they don't attack. All right. Well, I personally think that Heir Apparent is not that much fun of a card to play or to play against, but not everyone agrees with me. We got Pia and Alar, which will, when we cast spells or play lands from exile, make Thopters, which is pretty nice. Lots of Heir Apparents. We're going to wait until they play Verilax to Path to Exile it, rather. So we've got enough mana to get in right now. I think maybe we want to. Sure. Let's go ahead and do them a little damage. We may not be able to do much against them, but it's nice to be able to attack with a Vigilant Flyer. They have an awful lot of damage that they can hit us with. All they need is some kind of big mass pump spell. Yeah, that's probably going to turn out poorly for us, but we'll take 10, and they've got something on the job. Yep, there it is. Good game. At least, times like this, Heir Apparent decks in the game quickly. They didn't even need their commander. All right, simple. And we go into game 2. And we're right into game 2. We are up against New and Sumi Career Criminals by Red X 230. This is... I don't know who this is. I assume this is one of the Green Goblins. We can keep this. Ooh, we've got a Smothering Tithe. We'll go ahead and get ourselves a mountain from this perilous landscape. We are mostly red in our deck. And we don't have to play our commander right now, so we will go ahead and play Elegant Parlor and keep that on top. I know. Smothering Tithe is a game changer. It's something people hate. I didn't understand Magic very well when Ravnica 3 was out. I had just come back to it. So I really like Smothering Tithe. It's I played a whole bunch of really silly, like, standard decks that were not good, but that were centered around it because it was so much fun. This and Emergency Powers combo, just a lot of fun for me. So Smothering Tithe is, I think, my favorite card in Magic, even though it is pretty hateful. Much like terminating someone's commander on turn 2. That's all right. We'll go ahead and do this. That we exile something and we don't get access to it at all, but we will play this island. At least terminate, which, ooh, I don't know this symbol here. It looks like it's similar to Through the Omen Paths, but it's something different. I don't know what that is. Oh well. Well, we'll go ahead and play the Tithe and see if that will slow them down at all. Because it seemed like they are pretty quick. This is gorgeous. It's Vibrant Cityscape. I assume Kamigawa? Just sort of, yeah, the lanterns, the text, the cool bridges that you get to see in like the Dismal Backwater printing. The Kami right there, yeah. Haven't seen this before. This is amazing. Good job, artist. Cracking it for a red source. Sounds good. Using Edge of Eternity's lands, just like us. Very nice. They pay for it. Okay, cool. I think we are going to keep it going. We'll play Aerith. And we'll play Opera Love Song. Go ahead and get a little bit of Impulse Draw. We can play these cards until our next turn. We'll see what they are. We've got Uharis and Lelia. I want to play both of those on our next turn. Oh, until our next end step? Is that what it was? Until our next end step. That's a shame. Sometimes reading the card does explain the card. We'll see what they do with Eruth. Eruth turns all of our card draws into a double impulse draw. We just have to cast or play or cast those cards the turn that we've drawn them. Skittering Kitten. Spider Cat Hero. They can discard a card and sack this creature to draw a card. They will not attack with it, presumably. They keep paying for Smothering Tithe. I'm interested in that. Ooh. Urabrask. Unstable Amulet is very nice, but I think I want Urabrask. We can attack with haste. I don't mind leaving ourselves open to the kitten. Skitten? Skitten? Sure wish the Through the Omen Paths cards had flavor text. Let's see if they want to block. Nope. Alright, Urabrask is great for our deck. Urabrask makes it so when they draw their first card, instead they exile it face up, and they have to use it this turn if they want it. Otherwise they lose it. Urabrask does that for us as well, but does it during our upkeep. Does not replace our first draw. So we get to draw, but we also get to put something in our exile and use it this turn. So it's a bonus draw in an impulse form. That, on top of Aerith, means we're getting 3 cards that we can play each turn. Now that does interact with Smothering Tithe, I suppose, as a little bit of a non-bow. But it's annoying enough. And if they kill Urabrask, they're going to have to deal with the Tithe anyway. Okay, we've got Raven Form. This is one of the Carnages. We don't have the ability to play Chimiel right now. So we can just go ahead and cast this, because we can't foretell from anywhere other than our hand. We could Reckless Impulse, and I think we ought to. Maybe we'll get some land. That's what I'm looking for at present. Glacial Fortress is land. Let's get in. They take another 6, maybe? Nope. Yep, they do. All right. Do they have a Doomblade? No, they're not going to get a draw this turn. All right. They have Haste Magic. +3/+1. And then they get their own Impulse Draw. That's fun. A little bit of a Titan Strength kind of thing. Alright, we get to Haste Magic. We've got a big flyer right now. Pretty scary. Scary bird. And what did they put in exile? Stitcher's Wings. Oh, this thing. It snaps on if they cast it from their graveyard, presumably using Mayhem. Gives +2/+0, flying, and haste. Pretty good. Okay, we got an Arcane Signet. That's worth playing. We've got a Fabled Passage, which we will crack for, let's say, a blue source. Arcane Signet. We could play Kaikar. Kaikar is pretty good. But at this point, I think we can get our commander back next turn, and I think I would like to Showdown of the Scalds with that. Alright. Ooh. Talisman of Progress. Seems good. Into an Esper Sentinel. Take that 1. And let's attack again. They go to 7. They're slowly getting somewhere. Don't know where. We can play these until the end of our next turn. So we might be able to Stella Lee. Not quite. Ooh, Villainous Wrath. We lose life equal to the number of creatures we control, which is 3. Go to 15. Then all creatures die. Seems fine. We will play our Rogren Triome, and we will play our commander and attack in the air for 4. Then I guess we can Firebrain Scheme just so we don't lose it. Suppose we could have done this before we attacked, but that's fine. If they don't kill our commander, we win next turn. And if they do kill our commander, we can replay it and probably still win. I think Smothering Tithe has shut them down somewhat during this game. They really need their mana. Okay. That's pretty good. We can cast it. Good. Creature we control gains indestructible until end of turn. Do they respond with something else to kill it? They do not. If they had paid for Smothering Tithe, we wouldn't have had the mana to do that. Maybe they will have some form of Doomblade they can cast on our turn. We'll see. I think that's sort of their only hope. Except that we can recast Nia if they want to Doomblade before we attack, before we go to combat. So they should wait until we attack, Doomblade us then if they can, and that will mean that we can play Nia again, but it will have to be post-combat or our following turn. Alright. Command tower to get a counter. And to keep our command tower. We'll go ahead in. Let's see what they've got. Good game. Alright, good game, Red X 230. We at least got there. Shutting someone down with Smothering Tithe and Urabrask Heretic Praetor, pretty fun. Oh, we get 20 gems for a rare from Murders at Karlov Manor we, I guess, already had 4 of. It's a shame. I wish they would just give us a different rare. But I'll take the 20 gems. Hard to complain about an economy where you get things for free. Alright, we're into our next game. We're against Uharis the Storm Spinner. I think this is game 3. We're against Mike Brav. This is fine. We can get out Burgi on turn 3, Arcane Signet turn 2. Uharis the Storm Spinner is Spider-Man 2099, which we of course have in our deck. Ooh, we'll play a Dragonfire Blade too. On the backside of our commander, Dragonfire Blade becomes equipped for 1, it gives +2/+2 and Hexproof from monocolored, which is pretty nice. Treasure Map, very nice. We can Arcane Signet, we can Talisman of Creativity as well. Ooh. So maybe we Talisman of Creativity into Burgi? If we play Burgi first... Ooh, Lelia, that's rough. We may need to Raven form that. We will play the Talisman into Burgi. Burgi's backside is really great for us as well. Harnfell. Discard a card in order to exile 2 and play them this turn. But we're going to need to get rid of Lelia pretty soon. Spirebluff Canal, sure. I think I could take one more turn off before playing our commander, so that we're able to play our commander and have enough mana to immediately Dragonfire Blade. That also lets us Raven form Lelia or Uharis. Uharis would be good too. Uharis right now can only do 2 damage to our face rather than to Burgi. Could do it to Burgi, of course, but won't. Oh, we've got a Lightning Bolt. Excellent. Let's Raven form Lelia. Add a red. We will equip the Dragonfire Blade to make Burgi into a 5/5. We will attack with Burgi. Uharis only triggers during the end step. So I think we go ahead and bolt. They activate the treasure map, they lose their commander. They have a bird, and we pass the turn. If they want to replay their commander, they can. Ooh, Quarry Steelcutter, alright. We'll see if they get a token. Ooh, bounce our Dragonfire Blade, sounds good. We can't. Oh. It's pretty nice. Let's do it. Dragonfire Blade costs a little bit more than we want it to at present, but we can get rid of Quarry Steel Cutter. Let's attack first, I think. Quarry Steel Cutter is gone. We get to keep our red mana in. They get Delver. Ooh, Delver's cool. I assume they want to play it. Yep. And we'll play our Dragonfire Blade. We can't equip it, but I would like to play Nia. Nia gives us the ability to play something from exile. It is a mountain. Seems good. Still can't equip anything, but that's alright. Maybe we will be able to next turn. Maybe they will try and just kill Nia. That would be fine too. Oh, they don't pay for the Smothering Tithe. So we get ourselves a treasure. Oh, I guess this is the moment where they get a chance to pay for Smothering Tithe. Do they want to get Uharis back to just kill our commander? Probably they do. Which lets them bring Uharis back, and then they've used a lot of their mana. Ooh, never mind. Meringue, River Regent, and they bounce both of our creatures. Interesting. Oh, maybe they bounce Smothering Tithe instead. And Burgee? Oh, interesting. Okay, okay. Yeah, no blocks. So how do we want to do this? We can flip our commander and we'll have 3 mana left. We can use one of it to put the Dragonfire Blade on us, which lets us be a 6/6, which doesn't really help that much. So instead, maybe we Smothering Tithe, and we can't Quintorius and Smothering Tithe unless we have Burgee out already. So we want Burgee first. Burgee and then Quintorius is not terrible. But I really want the Tithe. Well, here's Burgee. If we Smothering Tithe, we have 2 mana. Right? Yeah. We'll play Quintorius. Quintorius is fun. Trigger Burgee. Doesn't help us, but we can at least discover with Quint. Maybe we'll get something cool. Reckless Impulse. Sure, we'll play that. Get another mana from Burgee and drain them a little bit with Quint. We can get an Azorius Signet and a land. Battlefield Forge is not what we need for next turn. We will play the Signet, however, and trigger Quint again, as well as Burgee. We don't have enough mana to do anything else, but that is enough for now. Signet we can't even activate right now, so we're going to take 6 in the air, because I assume they're going to send the bird at Quint, putting us at 9. They've got Brazen Borrower they can play anytime they feel like it. Yep, there's Uharis. Uharis can kill our commander. And probably will. Which is fine. They attack with their dragon, I assume? Yep. Seems good. They do have 2 blue mana open, which I don't love. But it is what it is. We lose Nia. Presumably, yep. Nia comes back. I think it does blow us out completely if we get this counterspelled. But if we do, we do. Right. We're going to try and play it a little bit recklessly, using that Burgee mana to play Smothering Tithe, and then the last Burgee mana. Brainstorm. Okay, cool. We're going to use that last mana that Burgee gave us to equip the Dragonfire Blade. They consider pumping up their token a lot. They want us to not attack with Burgee. We will Dragonfire Blade here. Go ahead and get in for 6. Puts them at 3, but I think we may still be pretty close to dead. Because we're at 1, basically. Do we just lose if they play something from... If they play the Brazen Borrower, do we just lose? I think we may. Unless we're willing to lose Nia. We could replay Nia, though. I'm willing to block with Nia. Mox Jasper. Alright, gives them prowess. They get a Den of the Bugbear. Alright, they swing out. Yep. So if we block in the air, and we take 4 from the Storm Spinner. Let's say we block Burgie blocks the token, let's pretend. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's too much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Puts us at 1 if we do that. It's not great, but we're doing it. If they've got a spell, it will pump up their token and we will lose. They don't have a spell. Amazing. They don't have enough mana to recast or to cast their Brazen Borrower, right now at least. They have Kari Zev, but that's not going to save them. Because we can just play Nia and attack with haste. So we will. Guess we could have put the Dragonfire Blade on, but no real need. Good game, Mike Brav. We got there. It was a good game. That was very close. It was a lot of fun. Red-blue versus red-white-blue. All right. All right, what's our next little prize? We get an Unstoppable Plan. Ooh, pretty neat. I love how everyone's got the Jace, sort of his cloak symbol above them. Neat. Big shark guy. Love it. All right. I think we've got game 4 going now, and we are against Psych Marks with Ruzek, booed but victorious. We saw this card a couple of games ago. Ooh, this is probably not worth the keep. This is a little dangerous too, but we have a couple of rocks. That's okay. We'll play the Steam Vents tapped. We could have Unlucky Witnessed, I guess, but we'll do that now. Worth 1 mana for an Unlucky Witness. When it dies, we get a nice Impulse Draw that we can do until our next turn. Our next end step, rather, and it's 2 cards, we get to play 1 of them, so a little selection as well. Yeah, it's a green goblin of some sort. Oh, this is the one that discards a card and makes a treasure during their upkeep. Pretty good. Oh, they get rid of our rock. A little rude, but alright. We'll play this Perilous Landscape, and we'll use it to glimpse the impossible. A shame that we lose those. But we do, and we get some Eldrazi spawn, which ramps us pretty nicely. We need white in order to play Nia, but we can Boros Signet to get that white. We've also got this. Let's do these. Boros Signet. Do this. Attack. Both of these. Will they block our Unlucky Witness? They will. It is turn 4. This is our next end step, so we have to do it this turn. I assume there's nothing else we can play here. Nope, doesn't look like. We'll just hang out, because we're definitely not going to block Ruzek. Nice to be able to power out Nia, though. They discard something. It is... Ooh, Fiery Temper. Interesting. Are they going to kill our Eldrazi spawn? Presumably. Yep. But it does put them down a mana to do that. For the turn, at least. Of course, though, they do make their treasure. Ah, House Grows Hungry. This is the death of Gwen Stacy, I believe. Which is... I'm going to give you a nice... Because that's a flavor win. Alright, we've got a plains. We are going to play this side of Nia. Clifftop Retreat seems nice. I'll play this Dragonfire Blade and just pass the turn. And we can always Swords to Plowshares the Ruzik if we would like to. Oh, they've got... This is one of the Venoms. I like the art they've done for the symbiotes. If you don't watch Spice 8 Rack... Oh, that's unfortunate. Wasn't paying attention to that. Would have been happy to lose a life to get rid of their commander. Oh well. But that's what happens when you're talking about Spice 8 Rack. Excellent YouTube creator. Recently did a set about the Spider... Or a video, rather, about the Spider-Man and Through the Omen Path sets. Completely worth watching. And makes a lot of good comments on the design for the symbiotes. Would like to know more about them. Okay, got some big creatures. A little too big if you're asking me. Alright, Dovin's Veto is fine. We'll go ahead and flip, play, attack. We need a bit more blue. We can't Dovin's Veto this turn anyway. But we will go ahead and put our Dragonfire Blade on our commander. Could have done that before the attack, but I think it's fine. Assuming they don't have a multicolored removal spell. Oh, they exiled our graveyard. Seems good. The house is so hungry. 6 mana, 7 mana up. Shieldred the Apocalypse. Unfathomably rude. But it is what it is. They don't have any reach presently, so we are a couple of turns away from winning. Because Shieldred's going to keep draining us and attacking, of course. They can put us down to 1 next turn, and I don't think we can win. Yeah, that seems about right. Because they attack, we take 8, and then go to 2 on our next upkeep with Shieldred, or our next draw step, I should say. Yeah, it looks like. That's if we block their commander. But they could kill us now with that Soulstone Sanctuary, but they're not attacking with everything. Interesting. I guess they can kill us next turn, is the plan. Except that we've got Taigam. He can block at the very least. We will attack with Nia. Get in. I think we lose either way. If they go all out. If they attack with... Oh, they're going to Castle Lochthwain. Oh. They're really pushing it. Oh, they gain their life from it, of course. Good point. So they're actually at 6 next turn. They can Soulstone Sanctuary, make themselves a 4th creature. They've got... This has got haste? Ugh. I think we're done. Yeah, basically. If they hadn't tapped the Soulstone Sanctuary, they could have attacked with it this turn too. Lava Claw reaches. Oh, they've got that too. So yeah, we're going to give them a good game. I guess we could have... No, we can't Dovin's Veto something that's a creature. We'll let it through. Good game, Psych Marks. Oh, and they gave us a good game too. Thank you very much. That was good. Alright, I think we are 2-2. And that is a reasonable place to be after game 4. So, let's do another one. Alrighty, game 5 against Krobel, Envoy of the Bog. Mono black. What is your deal? Are you... You are Spider-Man Noir. Cool. Creature you control attacks alone, put a counter on it, then surveil, where that's the number of counters. Very nice. We have just 2 lands. I don't love it. A lot of expensive spells. Okay, this is better. We'll keep this. We will play out our Elegant Parlor. Keep the land. We'll Chrome Mox and get rid of Quintorius. Quintorius is good, but not excellent for us as time goes on. Shadowheart seems good. 2/2 Death Touch, can specialize if we have 13 or less life, and just does damage to us every turn. It's quite rude. Let's play Shivan Reef and foretell Raven Form. That way we can Expressive Iteration next turn. Ooh, Unstoppable Slasher. Glad I did not use Raven Form on Shadowheart. Yeah, we're gonna Raven Form first. We'll take the damage from it. They can just have a bird. We will play Nia. And if we exile a blue source, nope. Alright. We'll take the damage. We are at 16 with the Shadowheart trigger. Gutless Plunderer, very nice that they're using Raid. I really enjoy Foundations. If you haven't drafted Foundations, you should. It's super fun. Alright, well, we're hurting for mana. Blue mana, at least. I don't want to miss out on Kaikar by Expressive Iterationing here. I think this is worth it. We will just play out Kaikar. Play ourselves a red source and pass. We're going to take the 4, I guess 5, from their Death Touchers. A lot of Death Touch in this deck. Nazgul? Are we Nazguling? My. Well, I think we're going to do like so. Oh, we can't block their Ring Bearer. Rough. Yep. Take out Shadowheart. Seems fine to me. Oh. Smothering Tithe, I don't think it's going to get us there. But we will be able to make a little friend if we do it. The little friends can be helpful to us. Expressive Iteration, not ideal for us here, but we can put the Bolt in our hand. That's good. We will put Counterspell on the bottom and Showdown in exile where we can't use it. We could Bolt now, but I think we wait. Yeah, we wait until we've blocked. So much Death Touch. Another Nazgul. Will they keep the bird as their Ring Bearer? Looks like. We're going to bolt this Nazgul, using our treasure to do so. They get to loot. Seems good. We get treasure for that. We'll block a few things and take 2 from the Gutless Plunderer. Kaikar is a pretty good commander in and of themselves. Ooh, Itali Primal Storm. Who would say no? I think we will just pass here. Block the Nazgul, go to 7. They have a... yep. Do we hit... I think we're going to get a Tali with it. Tali is just very nice. Oh, I forgot. It's a... Yep, Tiny Bones seems good. That didn't work because they were using a spell that gives us a penalty to our toughness, and Indestructible doesn't prevent that. Alright, they have a removal spell. They've got a commander. So Tiny Bones is going to steal some stuff from us. Steal from our graveyard, looks like. We can't block with Nia, so we lose next turn. Oh, they got a Tali. They can't cast it because they have to be able to pay for it. Yeah, we can't block this next turn unless we... Yeah, we're just done. Give it a good game. Swing in for them. Oh, they gave us a good game too. Sure, we will concede. Good job, Burnin. Good game to you. All right, I believe that was game 5. So we're going to keep trying. This is not a bad set. It's not the best set I've ever played, but there's fun cards in it. Lots of legends, lots of ways to play Commander or Brawl. All right, game 6 against Makti and Idla Skysnarers, which is Siu. Hello, Siu. If I remember correctly, this is just a... Yeah, this is, I think, Spider-Woman. In any case, it's stacks. So our... Our hasty commander's backside is not going to be super helpful to us. Oh, this is all right. We can Esper Sentinel on turn 2. Unless, of course, we draw an untapped white source on our first turn, since we're on the draw. All right, thinking about it. We're in Strixhaven. It's a nice board. We got our Fox waiting on us. Hello, Fox. All right, here we go. We'll keep this. Oh, we've got Throne of Eldraine Pet, and they've got a Wilds of Eldraine Pet. Very nice. Are they called companions? Pets? Whatever they are. All right, so yeah, we're gonna do this turn 2. Stubborn Denial is nice. If we have our backside of our commander out, it's a 1 mana counter a non-creature spell. Seems good. We will Esper Sentinel and play out a blue source. We can do our own version of stacks. Drog Skull Captain. Interesting. Spirits? Spirits get hexproof. Interesting. We're going to see how this goes. I think we're going to play out Nia. Maybe? Eh. We got the Dragonfire Blade. Let's play Nia. All right, and we'll play the Blade. We don't have a good way to Stubborn Denial. I guess we could just Force Spike them with it, but maybe I should have Mana Tithe in this deck instead of... No, this has got the Ferocious Claws. That's nice. Ooh, Foundation's Kaikar. So non-creature spells are a thing that's going to be happening. We get a Glacial Fortress. That's good. We can Mothwing Shroud to get rid of Kaikar. I think that's pretty good. And we'll go ahead and attack. Scour the scene. All right, let's see if they'll pay for it. Scour the scene makes a detective. When they sacrifice an artifact, one of their creatures in their hand gets +1/+0 perpetually. I think we don't Stubborn Denial this. We just let them have their friend. We might Zayoa's Justice something. Oh, Mendicant Core is probably a good thing to hit. But I think we might just... We'll see how well it's going to do for us. I don't think it's the right play this game, but we're going to play it because it's fun. And it gives us the mana that we're looking for. Luckily, Nia can transform and has haste, so it doesn't exile and re-enter the battlefield, so we're not going to get tapped down when we transform her. But we are about to take like 7 damage. Maybe more. Behind on mana. Opponent's thinking about... Ooh, Heliod's Punishment. Interesting. What a cool card. Does probably kill us. Heliod's Punishment, we have to spend 4 turns tapping it down in order to get to not be pacified, essentially. So, how do we want to do this? It's not great no matter what we do. Can't block. We'll Reckless Impulse to see what else we got. Nothing good. Yeah, nothing good. Zioa's Justice on, let's just say their commander. Dog Umbra. Put it in their hand. We will do this. No attacks. Maybe we get a treasure. It's possible. Okay, that's a guild gate. Interesting. Are they going to replay their commander? Yes. Seems fine. Do we take 5? I think we do. We just going down to 3. We can't play a creature without it coming in tapped. Tap our commander. We will play this mountain. We'll play Warped Space and get the Nalfejni, but it comes in tapped. And we just give them a good game. Just fun to do. They're going to think about what they want to do. We can Stubborn Denial something of theirs. It doesn't really matter. They've got lethal on the board. See if they want to cast something just to cast it. Gold Pan, alright. They'll pay, presumably. Yep. I was thinking we could Stubborn Denial if they had, you know, not paid for Smothering Tithe and given us a treasure. I mean, they've got 4 in the air. I don't really know why they're not attacking. But I want to give them a chance to play out their hand. Okay. We gonna equip some gold pans, maybe? Just swing in? Alright. Let's have Esper Sentinel kiss the Mendicant Core. And give him another good game. And they will pass to combat damage. Whenever they're ready. It does feel like sometimes people just walk away from their game when they're in the middle of winning. Don't know what that's about. Oh well. Good game, see you. At least we didn't have to wait as long as sometimes. Alright, I think this will be game 7. Yeah, the Through the Omen Paths flavor. Alright, game 7, yeah. The flavor for this is a little confusing. Oh, is this Jackal? Yes, it is. I'm excited to see this. Keep watch on my channel, and you will see how I build Jackal Genetic Genius, I think. In a few weeks. Should come up in my... Every Thursday I release a Spider-Man Commander deck, and I will continue to until the Avatar set comes out. Right? We're going to slow ourselves down just a little bit to play the Arcane Signet. Whenever you cast a creature spell with mana value equal to Drunith's power, copy the spell, accept the copy as legendary, then put a counter on Drunith. I have some cool ideas for this. Pollen Blight Druid. Just go ahead and put a counter on Drunith. Attack for 2. Alright, we've got STP. That seems good. Do we Monk class? Do we Skyclave Apparition? Do we Mothwing Shroud? We've got a lot of ways to deal with this. Let's take a peek at what we're getting. Clifftop Retreat. Seems good. Only one blue source. So maybe we Monk class. Just to give ourselves a chance at going a little faster next time. Serum Snare to bounce our Monk class. Okay. Proliferates. Rampant Growth. Alright. So we will take 4, go to 19. I think we make them repay their commander. Replay their commander. Do it this way. And we'll hold up Swords to Plowshares for if they replay it on their turn. If your deck is built pretty heavily around your commander, focused removal on your commander sometimes just wins you the game. Sometimes people aren't willing to play it for as long as it takes. Alright, 6 mana up. Ooh, Tree of Tales, interesting. Love the Florahedron. Look at this cutie. Little butterflies and such. Alright, the Counselor. What will you give us? Warden of the Grove is dangerous. And I will remove that. Rexage. Quite rude. Gets rid of our Monk class, presumably? Yep. Well, I will get rid of your Warden in response. You can have a little life. We will go down to 18, I suppose. I think we play the Dracosaur. Because it looks like they're not playing a lot of hardcore removal right now. And this will give us maybe a little card advantage. I hope it does. Maybe some treasures, maybe some dino tokens. And if they use hardcore removal right now, oh, it's Simone from Foundations. Beginning of combat, put a counter on up to 2 creatures, and you can pay 2 and tap her to double some counters on 2 creatures or artifacts. Alright, gets bigger. No attacks, presumably. Yep. We got some stuff. Got quite a bit of stuff. Let's go ahead and play our commander. Play Sulphur Falls. Let's attack in the air, these two. Get them down to about the same level as us. We can not Zioa's Justice their Dino, but we can Zioa's Justice their Zimone, which is what we'll do. Maybe they get something not that useful. Oh, Nyxborn Hydra is actually pretty good. Comes in as a 0/1, and that's all they've got. But it's got reach, so it can stop our creatures from attacking in the air. Oh, and that's enough for them. All right. Well, good game, the Counselor. And I think that's game 7 and our 3rd win. So let's see what our little prize is going to be. It is, ooh, the cool Chandra Ether Drift, like, reference to Akira sleeve. That's sweet. I like it. Ether Drift wasn't that great of a set, but it was pretty fun to draft. There's not that many sets that are not that fun to draft anymore. I have not gotten a chance to draft the Spider-Man set, except in a Pick 2 video that you can find on my channel, of course. And I'll link in this video's description. In any case, thanks for watching, everyone. Like I mentioned before, the deck list, the Moxfield link, is in this video's description, so check it out if you want to build Nia/Gwen Stacy on Arena yourself. Make sure to like and subscribe, and remember, magic is fun. You should play more Magic.